Good morning. Welcome. Take a look. Today we're starting out the day at 44,800, even higher than my stream last night. But something triggered. Something triggered mid-afternoon yesterday, and Bitcoin started breaking above. And you could see Bitcoin looks like it wants to keep going. The next mark is that 45.3, and we barely stayed above it a couple weeks ago when the ETFs debuted. Obviously, the ETFs are still playing a big role right now, and I'll get to that in a little bit. But, we hit that 49,000 mark briefly. We couldn't hold, came back down. This time, looking much stronger. We had a little bit over 2 weeks of consolidation, and now Bitcoin is back in full force. The bulls are buying and the shorts are getting liquidated. So I do believe we can see this 45.3 maybe even by the end of today when I stream. But that coveted 50,000 mark, let me tell you why I think it's right around the corner. First of all, speaking about the shorts, they got wrecked. They got wrecked yesterday. You can see all these red lines. If you add them all together, you're talking about tens of millions of dollars of shorts being liquidated. So we definitely had a short squeeze on top of the buying, right? Right now, it seems like I studied out, but if we break through that 45 ahead to 49, we're going to see a lot more short squeezes. But, I've said this for a while. I don't quite get why people short Bitcoin. It's one of the most dangerous things you can do in all of crypto because you just don't know. Sometimes Bitcoin just pumps for no apparent reason out of the blue, like it started yesterday afternoon, right? But nevertheless, this is definitely helping drive things up. And something else I've been talking about for quite some time are the ETFs, right? We don't have the updated numbers yet, but this came out yesterday. We had over $1 billion in volume, okay? That is tremendous amount. And these big boys like BlackRock and Fidelity and ARK and Bitwise, they keep loading more and more and more Bitcoin. It would really not surprise me that yesterday was such high volume. The big boys added anywhere from 100 to 200 to $300 million to the Bitcoin, right? That would not be unusual. It would surprise me, though, if we see like a $500 million buy. That would be insane. And we'll get more numbers today and for the rest of this week, right? But these guys are not slowing down. I told you that supply shock is going to be a factor. There's only so many Bitcoins being produced right now, and that's getting cut in half pretty soon. But out of the circulating supply, there's only so much to go around. There's only so much in the OTC market and so much that the miners and exchanges are holding. And if these guys are adding hundreds of millions every day, there will be a supply shock. So I think this also plays a big role in what we're seeing right now. And that's why I think 45 and 50,000 is right around the corner, right? And it's not just me. Look at this. Bitcoin whales are heavily accumulating. ICE 51,000 and pre-halving rally. Yeah, again, I think that's certainly going to happen. In fact, I think by halving event, we will be much higher than that. But right now, according to sentiment, if you look at it, the number of 1K wallets, 1K wallets, that's a lot. Number of 1K wallets holding 40% of the supply again. And you can see that sharp incline, if I remove my camera. Yeah, look at that yellow line. A sharp incline since about mid-December, January timeframe. Unclear, but it's been going up and up and up and up. So it's not just the institutions FOMOing in the ETFs, but it's also just the regular whales. Your everyday whale, you could say, that's been loading up and loading up and loading up, again, contributing to the supply shock. And I've been telling you guys this for many, many years. Don't let the whales or the institutions now to take your life-changing wealth away from you. And that's exactly what they're doing. And you know what? The whales are just people too. And so are the institutions. And if you look at this chart of all major asset classes and which ones have led over the years, it's pretty obvious that there is a pattern, and anyone can detect a pattern. You have 3 years of goodness and 1 year of badness for Bitcoin. So Bitcoin goes down majorly after a top, right? And we saw that 2014, 2018, 2022, no surprise. But every year besides those years, so out of the 4 years, you have 3 years where Bitcoin leads the market. You have one recovery year, so that's 2015, 2019, right? And 2023. And then you have a bullish year, which is the second year. And then finally, you have the parabolic year, and that's when things go really, really crazy, right? So if you show this to an average person out there, where do you think Bitcoin will be, or what asset class do you think will be leading the way in 2024? I think most people would say Bitcoin, and that's why the whales are loading up and institutions are loading up and retail investors that are in Bitcoin are loading up, because I think we all know the pattern. We know what's coming, right? It's going to happen. So that's why we got to stay strong. And from a chart perspective, things are looking good. Bitcoin is breaking above the upper monthly Bollinger Band. Last few times it did this, very bullish things happened. Very bullish things happened. It was right before the 2021 giant spike up to 64,000. And also, it happened in 2018 when Bitcoin spiked up to $20,000. So where are we spiking up to right now? It's a little too early to call 100,000 or 200,000 at this stage of the cycle and at this stage of this year. But we are getting ready. That's why I do feel like there is going to be a breakout soon. 45,000 will probably touch that. By the time you watch this, we may be at 45,000 already. But I do think that 49,000 / 50,000 that we barely got a glimpse at a few weeks ago, I think that's coming up. And you know what? That's just the beginning. That is certainly not the end, because we got the parabolic phase that will be coming after the halving event. It happens every single cycle, and it's going to be no different this cycle, okay? So stay strong, my friends. Stay strong, stay focused, and let the gains come to you. There will be a lot of gains. A lot of gains. Besides Bitcoin, you know that the entire market is itching to go up. You have some really big winners. Solana up about 8% today. You got someone like Cardano that's also up 9% today. In fact, Cardano's Charles Hoskinson replied to a Stacks post, or Stacks co-creator post, about how Stacks and all these L2s on top of Bitcoin just can't be as good as Cardano and what they're doing, and even ETH. Man, my enemy's enemy is my friend. I think that's how I take it. He actually said good things about Ethereum when usually he does not, to prove a point. But there's a really good debate here, a debate thread that no one understands because it's very, very, very technical. Charles is saying basically it's never going to be as decentralized as Cardano when you have all these L2s processing a lot of things that's outside of Bitcoin, right? And the co-creator Stack says, no, you just don't understand. Anyways, if you want to read through it, you can, but it's interesting debate, and it's still somewhat friendly because debates usually are not too friendly on X. But speaking of Cardano, you know what? 23% of Cardano holders have held for more than 5 years. Strong, and, you know, from a technical standpoint, if they are following a previous pattern, all that boringness, okay, sideways movement for ADA may be coming to an end and may be roaring up. I know the ADA fans would love that. They have nothing to do right now but to try to make fun of Solana. It's okay. You know, the Soul Troopers and the Kardashians, you know, you get along, you know. Both sides could live peacefully. But yeah, that's what's going on. But Cardano's making a big move today, so is Solana, so that's good overall for everyone. Okay, and lastly, Chainlink partners with PayPal and their new stablecoin. I don't hear much about it, but this shows you the strength of Chainlink. I've become very bullish on Chainlink recently, but they've been around forever. Their CCIP protocol, though, is really catching on, and everyone wants a piece. Just like everyone wants a piece of my new NFT, I Am George, Master of Coq, which I debuted last night, and it's been selling like wildfire. So if you want to grab one before they're all out, it's in the description of this video. All right, guys, that is pretty much it. You know what? Today's looking very, very bullish. I cannot stream this morning, but I will be streaming tonight. Same time as always, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. So make sure you smash that like and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.